What's good, my G's? It's your boy Snow.
And I'm Ramon.
Ignorant Gamers in the house.
Very ignorant.
Another Ask the Gamer session. For all you guys new to the channel, new to this videos, as I'm sitting here rambling right now, you go into the comment section, you start writing questions, whatever you want to ask us, as I answer questions from the last video. Alright? So, now that I've gotten that shit out the way, I think the last video I had hit a little rant towards the end.
A little?
I think it was a little.
Got it.
It was a little.
Okay.
So, we're going to see if we can knock out all these questions this time. Starting with Valvin. What features do you feel are missing in the next-gen consoles, or all your expectations met?
I feel like whoever sits in this chair goes first.
In that chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's how it works.
My expectations have been met and surpassed. What features am I missing? I don't think we're missing anything.
Well, Xbox specifically is missing. We're just gonna round it up in general, but Xbox specifically is missing the streaming to Twitch and Ustream or whatever.
I wouldn't use that though.
You would.
Right? Well, as soon as you,
because we do.
He's asking about me.
Right.
I don't think for other people, yes. So you can figure out how fucking. I promise I was gonna curse. Sorry. So you can figure out how terrible Twitch is. Yeah, sure. Why not? I guess that is a feature that's technically missing. What else? DLNA.
I say DLNA. For me, MP3 support as well. And video support.
The DLNA is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
yeah, I think it's all good.
Yeah, games are covered. The media experience for the most part on both consoles are covered.
Mm-hmm. They're both super fast.
Yeah. Now that we've had time to really sit down and dig in, I think from here on out, it's improvements we want to see.
Right. And that video is coming soon.
Oh,
Wish list and improvements.
Yep.
Staying with Valvin, might seem like an ignorant question. That's what we do. But why do digital games cost the same as physical games? Digital games cannot be borrowed by a friend, nor do they have resale value. They aren't burned to a disc, put in a plastic case, or shipped to my town. So why the same price?
Good question.
Yeah. Can't those savings be passed down to those who choose to download and are going green? Haha. No, it's not an ignorant question. This is an issue that we've been talking about for a while. And at one point, there was a discount for digital games, and slowly but surely they just started making it equal price for stuff that you're buying in a thing. Not to mention, my boy has a very, 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 very official rant, which you didn't mention in your question, is if I'm buying it from the store, does that mean I don't get the stuff that you gave to GameStop? Does that mean I don't get the stuff that you gave to Amazon? Does that mean I don't get the stuff from that person's primary store? Like, you're missing stuff. So not only are we paying full price, but we ain't getting anything for it on the pre-orders or just buying it from the store. Should be at least day one stuff.
Yeah.
Someone digital's buying it day one from the store. Maybe they didn't even have the money to pre-order, but they bought it day one. This guy bought Forza 5. Doesn't have any of that stuff.
Nothing.
Of the pre-order stuff. Because he was buying it digital. Why? Because he already knows what time it is when it comes to digital. Meaning you get to switch between apps without having to get up and swap your disc.
And I don't have to go to GameStop to hear bullshit.
Which this is number one reason for wanting to go digital. So, that is not an ignorant question, and I would love to know why they swindled this price this way, because it's really an issue. Like, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe 10 off, who knows?
Right.
But there needs to be something.
And you also touched on something when you said you can't share your games with people and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I stand on that. That's features that would have been in there if the DRM and the checking in every hour was allowed to live. That's something I felt that we really missed out on as a next generation push. That's something we all should have had. You should be able to share your content and allocate it as long as you're not playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess people didn't see it that way. They like to go to GameStop and bend over. So you will continue to go to GameStop and bend over.
Right. And I'm going to we're going to rob all his questions first. I realize that microtransactions are being encouraged more and more. Do you feel it harms the experience of gaming when you can pay for the unlocks? like vehicle unlocks in Battlefield 3 did, or do you feel to each his own? If you want to pay for it, knock yourself out. Ultimately, we pay $60 for a game that's 2/3 done, and the rest of the game needs microtransaction to finish the story. So, may I go in this one first?
Yeah.
So we've done a video a while ago with people shipping us, talking about it, people shipping us unfinished games, and when you get there, day one is a patch. Medal of Honor Warfighter was the one that I attacked. I love that game, I'm sorry, but I had to because I didn't think that was right. Forza 5 happened with the same thing. I believe there was 2 other games, my favorite games, had hit the same issue. It's a pain in the ass. Now, getting to your initial question.
You talking about binary domain?
No, it wasn't binary domain. That came out.
I threw you a bone, son.
I know. Motherfuckers starting to catch on, though. Binary domain, that game. So, I think to each his own when you're playing games like Battlefield. Because some of that stuff takes too long, and they do it the right way. It takes too long to get to for someone that just needs to get in, get out. And they don't make it available out the gate. Like, you just can't buy the game when it comes out and then buy the unlocks. It takes a while before they make that available as an option.
And that was only Battlefield Bad Company 2 they did that, right?
Battlefield 3 did it too.
It was in Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
You can buy the packs.
You could buy the packs.
Okay. I don't mind that at all.
Right.
Because I literally maxed out 3 of the 4.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't playing sniper class.
Right.
And I paid my 6 or 12, whatever it was, to
right.
get all the guns in the sniper class.
Right.
And that's okay. And that was like Snow said, that was available like months later.
After. This was once they started knocking down the price so other players could buy the standard, because we had limited edition, and then there was a standard edition that came out before they dropped the premium one.
Mm-hmm.
By the time, you can't have them come in the game and then be asked out, because even then they gave them a starter kit already out the gate.
Right.
Like, you came with a defibrillator and all that stuff, because you had to earn that.
Yeah.
You had to earn a defibrillator out of all things. So I think EA has done a wonderful job in Battlefield, at least, with doing that. Any game that does it out the gate, I think that's wrong.
But then you got Gran Turismo 6, the grind. That's the hot buzz phrase.
The grinding, yeah.
Buzzword around gaming now. And you're gonna grind in Gran Turismo 6. So it's a way to escape that. And I feel like I have mixed feelings in that game, because I feel like they should have done something like what Forza did. The community complained about the grind and they reacted. Okay, here's the Black Friday sale, 50% off. Here's the 4 million. And then they went and adjusted the way the entire economy worked in the game. I think that's a better way to it. Like, just don't give them.
Right, but we can't slam them just yet. We can't.
No, I'm not slamming them for it.
No, I'm saying, but because what was that? Forza was 11/22, and GT6 is December 6th.
Right, they have time to do it.
So they still have time to do it. They could do a Christmas thing.
Right, but the way they did it was to get around the grind.
Right.
But they could definitely still come in and counteract it, but it's just.
I remember I said to you something about that, like the pre-order. I didn't know where to go pre-order because I got it from my dad. Do I pre-order the 15th anniversary from GameStop where it comes with
million or
nah,
2 million?
that came with the cars, the 15th anniversary, like 15, 20 cars. Or do I get it from Amazon so I can give him the $1 million? And I mentioned the $1 million might not mean nothing, so I might get him the $1 million one because he's gonna grind so hard. And I told him when I handed him the game, I was like, don't buy cars with your money. I understand I gave this thing to you for free. It's a gift. But don't buy my dad is infamous for buying cars. I said, but this game is set up for buying cars, so don't do it. Grind. This one is infamous. He'll I'm gonna say buy cars. He'll buy DLC packs that will unlock cars. Yeah. But if it's buy per car,
which by the way is still broken. I don't know how it works in Gran Turismo 6.
I mean either. I had to talk back to him.
Forza, you can buy a DLC,
mm-hmm.
a DLC pack, and it unlocks the car for you, but you still don't have it in your garage. You have to now go and buy it. Now that's the horse shit.
Right.
So I don't like that. And they've been doing that forever.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah. I don't think microtransactions bad in every game. It just depends on how you handle it.
I think in these 2 car games that we're talking about, I think it's bad.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't be there. they should adjust the grind.
Right.
Don't come on, don't do that. I feel like Battlefield, it was good in Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on per case basis. I don't really have much of a deal, because if you figure I don't have time like I used to come home and play these games for 12 hours a day. So for me, when I say I want to enjoy everything else everyone else is enjoying, and it's not about a fair thing. Like, we can all have a golden M16. Doesn't mean we're all gonna get 30 kills in the round.
Right.
So, I'm neither here nor there with it. Whatever.
So we'll get to this other question right now, which is which console do you believe had the best launch titles from past to present? In his opinion, Nintendo 64 had the head with hit me in the head with a brick when they dropped Super Mario 64, Mario Run 3D. What? Begged like crazy to get that system. Pilot Wings was hot too. So, see, and here's another brick hitting you in the head, is that was the right timing to get away with one game that was groundbreaking. And Mario 64, that was groundbreaking because that was a leap between 16-bit
32
to 64.
Was it 62?
That's the whole point of the 64. You get what I'm saying? Like, we went from 2D flat pixels and all that to a 3D world in terms of Super Nintendo to Nintendo 64. Mirrors. Right. With full range control and all this stuff. And then we had we also had the PlayStation, the original PlayStation and the Sega Saturn, which was doing amazing things too. I
want to say it would be between the original PlayStation and the original Xbox.
Well, the original PlayStation had like Ridge Racer,
right,
and all those. There was a couple fighting games in there too. And
that's what I'm saying. Those are the only two that stand out to me.
Sega Saturn had Sega Rally, Daytona USA, Virtua Cop.
You do have a point. I feel like they didn't launch. You do have a point. They didn't launch that without their IPs at all.
Not without those four. I got a bundle that got all four of those in there.
Oh shit! You got a point.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
How excited I was for it. I guess one could make the argument. Well, all that stuff.
But those are strong titles.
They are strong titles, but all that stuff was in the arcades.
So
someone can make that argument.
That was the point of the Saturn.
That you damn right.
Bring that arcade shit home.
To me, as great as that is, and I love my Sega Saturn. I love Sega Saturn. In a way, I kind of have to lean towards Super Nintendo.
What did it launch with?
Well, you already know the infamous Super Mario, my favorite Mario game, that Mario World.
Hey, what else?
Okay, F-Zero and Pilot Wings.
Okay.
And then there's two other games too. They had 5 games and all of them were popping. Because for Nintendo 64, Mario and Pilot Wings 64 and Mario, that was those 2 games, and those 2 games were there for months until Wave Racer came up and Resurge and all that stuff. But
so the more mature gaming got the console gaming, the shittier,
the less amount.
No, the shittier. D2 was launched with the Xbox.
Oh man, yeah. So I don't know. I think
D2.
I think Nintendo 64 might have had a real big impact because it was that year that we left sprites to become polygons. But like, my favorite is Super Nintendo. I'm sorry, I have to say it, because I remember grinding with the F-Zero and all that other shit. Like, we was going hard on that.
I might have to go with the N64 because people was breaking into people's houses.
You got a great point there.
The jewelry and taking the N64s.
So alright.
Yeah.
Alright, let us know. Everyone else listening, let us know. Last Samurai, I think this is more of a statement. There is a $200 PS4 coming. I think that's a statement. That'd be hilarious if that actually does come. I know there's a $200 PS3, which
Microsoft
do not buy 200. Oh man, this video's coming out after the holidays. Don't buy a $200 PS3. Don't buy that. It's 12 gigabytes setup.
Don't buy an iPad to play games on. Don't do that.
B-Mummy 101. Nice vid. I left some questions on the last video, but I guess I asked them too late. So if you guys address the questions, it would be great. As well as this one. With cloud gaming coming to both consoles, do you guys think the life of these consoles will be extended beyond 10 years? Will cloud gaming eliminate the need to make new consoles?
No.
First part of that, yes.
Absolutely.
My opinion, PS2 went way beyond 10 years. PS2 went way beyond 10 years. So these consoles, both of them, is definitely going beyond 10 years. I think the PS3 is going to go beyond 10 years. I think the Xbox is going to stop at like year 9 and year... Actually, because the way Microsoft handles shit, they may cut that at the end of next year.
Purposely, yeah. Like
they're infamous for doing that. Although I think they should let it run a full 10 years. Will cloud gaming eliminate the need to make new consoles? Nah, because you always going to need hardware. And at the end of the day, you need... Who knows what our habits are going to be in the future? Who knows what these developers are going to be able to crank out 10 years from now, which might max out the consoles as is, as far as running. So, you know,
I think how we view consoles now will change.
We gotta view them like computers.
The next 2 generations. Like I feel like people the next, not, I don't know if it's the immediate generation coming or one after that, but they're gonna be heavily componentized. So they're gonna sell us like a chassis, and you pick the graphics card you want, or you get the base model when it first launches, and then they say, okay, 2 years later, here's the upgraded graphics module. You know, you could spend $75 and slap that in.
Yeah, that'd
or
be
you cannot.
That'd be kind of freaky though.
Well, but they gotta do something to keep up, and then at this point, PC gamers are gonna be in trouble, right? Because that's their bread and butter. They like the cutting edge graphics, so I think that's where it'll go. But using the cloud and taking processes and cycles off of the physical machine, I think it'll prolong the cycle, but it won't be such a showstopper where it's like, oh, whoa, now this thing can last 20 years. But it'll definitely help, especially when you, like something like Drivatar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called? Drivatar?
Drivatar, yeah, Drivatar, you're right.
I feel like Drivatars, we can start treating these things as services. Where you drop ship services in the game, you get what I mean? Like, let's not have this compute here, but have it compute on the server, where we can update them, where we can constantly make them better without actually making the, changes to hardware or even in the game itself. So,
right.
The cloud stuff is definitely a plus, but these companies aren't that silly. Every 6 to 8 years, Snow's gonna sneeze and then bless you.
Every 6 to 8 years. Thank you.
So they're gonna want to sell you something every 6 to 8 years. They're gonna find a way to.
I mean, it's just the way that it happens. It has to be that way, to be honest with you. Be money on your head as well. Oh, how do you guys feel about DLC and microtransactions if they're getting out of hand and a bit ridiculous? So we already covered that about the microtransactions, and yes, I personally think it's going to get ridiculous.
I don't care.
The DLC, we've already had similar talks about it. I don't want DLC being packaged for games that's unfinished, meaning that's what we're paying for. We're paying for the rest of the experience that we already spent the money for in the first place. Like, that's the only thing that I've been worried about. Like, if we get a game, like for instance, SOCOM, and this is something, because I know a lot of our viewers know about these games, and I have to say Ghost Recon, original Ghost Recons, we had a lot of we're old school. We had a lot of maps out the gate. I remember games we had 22 maps, 18 maps.
Yeah, and about a year later,
more than enough.
You're crying. You're like, please.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Now games are coming out with 10 maps. I've seen some that come out with 5 to 8 maps, and then you're hitting us over the head with like DLC for this, DLC for that.
And it starts to look bad because only the premium game gets the. How do you get the premium game? Pray tell. You go to GameStop.
Right.
So if you didn't buy it from them, you paying for those maps.
Right.
Some fuck over here is getting free anyway.
Right. So it's
even bigger problem.
Right. So, I want that to stop in itself, and
and the nickel and diamond.
The nickel and diamond.
The nickel and diamond, because that's what they do with DLC.
Yep.
I think DICE and all the broken shit fuckfest that is Battlefield 4 still did it best. Their DLC was well staged. packed. Now they're doing an even better job. Like every now and then you'll get like a battle whatchamacallit.
Okay.
Oh, every now and then you'll get like a battle pack with some, random camo and shit like that. You'll get a random knife. So they're doing a good job at their DLC model, again, for premium members. But other than that, it's just the nickel and diamond, I hope.
I mean, that's the one thing that I'm like really salted about. It's the nickel and diamond, and it's kind of hard to explain it to someone younger who hasn't had to play, who hasn't had to go to a website and use what was it called? Mega Drive, key drive, something. You had to download stuff off a computer website to take it off on a USB and plug it into your goddamn console to get those maps or user-generated maps. So
yeah,
it's one of those things.
I remember Ghost Recon Island Thunder shipped with like 18 maps. What the fuck? The only complaint we had with Recon was we wanted guns.
Right, that was kind of impossible back then.
Yeah, like we was wishing for guns. Like,
right.
Yo, why can't we get guns?
That was the hard thing, because even in SOCOM we had that issue too. And
you was not get whatever weapons was in the game from the start. That was what you get into the finish.
Yeah, so
even with the nickel and diamond, I'm very happy that we have a DLC model the way we are. I would take the nickel and diamond over not getting updates. And you can only understand it if you were in an era where you couldn't get updates.
Yeah.
Like the first Modern Warfare. We loved that game.
Imagine.
Death.
Imagine.
Oh my god, that game got no updates. 0. Now, you'll get a golden M16 if you spend $10 at GameStop. But I'll take that. I'll rock with that.
Yeah, so alright, this one's from Sincere. Shout out to Sincere. Go check him out. He got a channel too. Go check out his videos. Nice video. I hooked up my TV also with Xbox One, but there's an issue with it. Keep losing TV. TV signal from my DirecTV. Fuck DirecTV. But I've been the issue. There are a lot of people all over from different cable companies having the same issues. Fuck cable. Other than that, Kinect does listen about 90% of the time. I'm not buying a PS4 because I'm not going to have time to play both. That's fair. Because there are going to be way more great games for Xbox One versus PS4. I disagree there. PS4 will have a few great games, 1 to 5 maybe, messing with snow. You got me. And those 5 games are getting ready to come out soon. But after those 5 games, then what? Minecraft, the Lego Movie. Love the show. Keep them guys coming. Keep them coming, guys.
He has a point, and we spoke about this a lot. It's Sony's said they got a monster lineup coming, but we don't know what. And
what I'm not happy about is them talking about, I can't wait for E3. No, dude.
You said this year.
You said 20-something games, 30-something studios, 20-something for this year.
Right.
I'm not waiting.
So let me ask you.
To June to hear about the rest of these games, because that means you're not releasing stuff until about October. And then we're going to have this mad scramble like we did back this year, 2013.
No, I think
and in 2011.
Was it 2012 or 2011?
Actually, it's all 3, because we spoke about it, like the shit snuck up on us. Shit just started sneaking onto the pile.
No, I think you're right. 2011 was wild.
2011 was stupid wild. We had the Battlefield.
Oh my god, that year was so... I felt like I was buying a game every 2 weeks.
2011 was ridiculous, son.
Yeah, that was a wild year. That had no reason to be.
Yeah.
And then, like, the entire summer just fucking sucked.
Right.
They didn't have anything to play.
Nothing to play.
So how would you feel? I got this thing, Sony made the jackasses out of Gamerz. Mm-hmm. Check the video out. Can you put the link below?
Well, we've done... Yeah, I put the link below.
Okay.
Well, we've done one thing, which is out of what? They brought 5 games to the table. Xbox One brought 5 their games or exclusive games to the table. Mm-hmm. And how many of them were actually pushback titles from the 360?
Mm-hmm. Right. No. That's deep.
Right.
I don't want to go deep.
Okay.
I'm just saying, what would your initial thoughts be? Would you feel a way if you guys said you're delivering this the first year and you don't? Would you feel like it was a bait and switch?
Son, it's a bait and switch.
Okay.
I'd feel pissed. I'd feel really pissed.
All right.
Because it's not even about, Snow, you're not even going to play all 20 of those games. I don't care. The thing is, guess what I'm trying to play right now, and I don't have it. We're shooting this video 12/24.
Ain't no drive club.
Ain't no drive club. We don't even have a confirmed date. We got a confirmed date. Well, I think we got a confirmed date, solid date for Infamous Second Son.
Which looks good, by the way.
Does look good. But then where's the other one? The order still is time, you know?
Yeah.
We're talking March. I gotta wait from the Holy Grail of games was supposed to happen come launch. And then now I gotta wait till March. We already know March is a strong month for games. February is too. March is the strongest. March is like November, the end of October, November. April and May ain't that strong. Binary Domain come out in March though.
Is it really?
Nah, the original one when it came out.
Son, that game don't die.
Son, the game doesn't die, son. So I think it's. I think it's crazy, and trust me, I will not let that go unheard. I'm a consumer first.
I mean, it's whatever to me, because when they said it, I'm like, yeah, fucking right.
Right.
It was whatever to me.
I already told you. I bet you like a handful of those are gonna be like some indie shit, or like Puppeteer.
Remix.
Actually, Puppeteer is pretty dope though, but but as PlayStation guys, we play all that kind of shit.
You fucking do.
CTJ Films 1. What do you guys think about the sales war between consoles, and do you think it's a valid point when people use it to say a console is better than the other off the amount of companies sold? I mean, people like to say men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Yeah.
And
there's a million ways to spin numbers, by the way.
Right, so it's kind of hard. Like, for instance, I'm not sure how many contests are going on right now with Xbox One, but the Taco PlayStation 4s are not counted in these numbers. So they're doing big numbers. PlayStation 4 is doing big numbers. But that's not to say the Xbox One isn't.
Yeah.
It's too early to tell right now. And I also think that as consumers, we need to get out of the good, better, best stuff. Because you're kind of hurting yourself in one way.
You can't. They'll never get out of it.
I know, but it's so impossibly hard. It's just gonna be.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's a clear loser in these situations, and I don't think it's gonna be between these two. I think it's gonna be the Nintendo one, on the strength of they're struggling right now. And I don't mean like right now. I think that's going to be another GameCube thing where they're just going to struggle. And my Sega Saturn was amazing, but it struggled. Dreamcast was amazing, but it struggled.
Fuck Nintendo, first of all. But here's my angle on it. That shit's crazy.
Yo. Anytime we say anything about Nintendo, the camera cuts.
Wow.
And we're back.
Cocksuckers. So, here's my angle on this. Sony did such a relentless job at telling the world the Xbox was useless, but it's still neck and neck. I don't need to hear anything else. I don't care who wins, but they're not going to win by a landslide. If Microsoft wins, they're not going to win by a landslide. If Sony wins, they're not going to win by a landslide.
It's going to be so obsolete. Like, really, you won by how many million?
And this was my argument from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys been watching, for the people that have been watching from day one, from the announcement of the PS4 to the Xbox reveal to our rants to now, you know that I've always said the PS4 was dope shit.
Yes.
But the problem that I really had was how Sony manipulated the gamers against the Xbox. Which is fine, right? Because the Xbox, they fumbled and how they couldn't communicate. Whatever. But that's the annoying backlash that I got time and time again. And nobody ever once came back to me. People that asked me, I have random fuckfaces that know nothing about gaming asking me, yo, son, I heard that Xbox thing, I heard that PlayStation's crushing. Really? Crushing how? Oh no, I'm saying though, what are you saying? Because if you're coming to me asking me what you heard, what did you hear? Or were you not listening? Like, that's the shit that annoys me. So people really feel like the PlayStation 4 is that much better, but yet it's neck and neck. So who's buying all these Xbox? Microsoft? Like, that's my only beef about the whole sales thing. It's like, okay, you know, you and your circle jerk of friends like the PlayStation. Great. And me and my circle jerk of friends, we like the Xbox. Can we move? Is that the yes? We can move forward.
Yeah, that's a yes. We can move.
We can move forward now. That's my beef.
On the flip side of that, during this current generation, all we heard was, "Yo, that Xbox is crushing." So that argument goes both ways. Everything you just said.
I mean, come on, son. You didn't have knack on the PlayStation 3, so I didn't feel like that was a valid argument.
Either way, if we're gonna play the numbers game, the Nintendo Wii beat both the PlayStation 3
Which is
and the
fucking
360.
ridiculous.
So
I tell you, up to this day, the best game I've played is Uncharted. Definitely worth the purchase of mine. I bought my PlayStation 3 for Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, and it didn't deliver what you wanted, which is.
But
sad.
Uncharted, up to this day, is the best game that I've played.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And I'm a fanboy, so what do you want me to say?
So let's
Fuck Sony.
let's see. Now the next gen is here. This one's from King Loso. How do you feel that the companies will push technology in both the XONE and the P4? Also, Snow and Holler at for RZA for calling PS4 oversized Vita.
Did I really?
Yeah, he did in that last video.
No, my bad. My bad. I meant PlayStation 3.5.
So
they're different. They're different directions, though.
But as far as I'm pushing, I see, because the XONE is working on a nice entertainment thing, and I believe that it won't be innovation upon functionality. It'd be more so of integration and immersion.
And experience. I think experience is
Well, yeah, and experience. Just the innovation's already been set. Now it's just time for them to be like, okay, here's this, here's that, here's the rest of that vision. We couldn't give it all to you up front.
Right.
As far as the PlayStation 4, it's because they're on now an x86 architect, and we've seen what the Xbox 360 could do on that architect, how it came from Orange Blaze to fucking Live Tiles.
Right.
It'd be great to see how PlayStation changes over the next 10 years to probably make the social feed better and make videos more
That's gonna happen in
accessible.
the next few months. Fuck all that. It's the game, son.
I mean,
yo, the PlayStation 3 and all its power. I feel like the PlayStation 3, if developers knew how, could exist in parallel with the PlayStation 4 up to like year 2, year 3.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's so easy for them to cut into on a PlayStation 4, I feel like the developers are gonna have a fucking field day.
Which is why,
like, Sony's gonna be like, yeah, this is what we was telling you all along. Like, yeah. Press 2 buttons.
Right.
Wildness.
Right. I agree.
I feel that's where Sony's gonna push it.
Because let's just be honest, man. Other than Nintendo's in-house, man, them Sony in-house dudes are fucking bananas.
They spend money.
They nuts. They've been nuts from day one.
Yeah.
So
they spend money.
Technology-wise, I just want to see the experience from both of them, how they're gonna upgrade on what they already delivered. And I'm happy on both sides.
Though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. From either side you play it, whatever side you are on, they've done so much. To me, one of the things is, but this is me, and I do web design and UI design, all this stuff. I need some few things that's less clicks. Like, I feel like I'm doing one too many clicks to get to certain things. Like, that's a little annoying for me. So, you know, if we can get that, little tweaks, little stuff like that, that'll make it that much better for me. I know, but I need it now because it's annoying. Like, I get a friend request and I'm going, doom, doom.
I think a lot of
doom, doom.
Yeah, that can be annoying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's some of those nuances in the Xbox too. But I feel like Sony's still, I don't want to say they're not backpedaling. I feel like they're still filling a gap somewhere. Like, even the bullshit that happened with the PSN thing. I feel like they need to take talent away from what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
To allocate it to little shit. Like, God damn it, can we fix this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like they need to, when they patch everything up, full speed ahead.
Yeah. Next question. Joey D. What's good, Joey D?
Yo.
This episode has turned out to be a long one, so I know you're gonna enjoy the fuck out of this one.
Joey's my man.
Joey loves the long form, man. So, what is your favorite next-gen feature for each console, and what are you looking forward to with the next batch of games? I have the xONE, and the standout feature on the console would be from FM5, which is Forza Motorsport 5, for you guys who don't know, with the use of rumble in the triggers and the cloud driver tar feature. I agree. That made the offline racing fun. I so fucking agree. With friends that were not playing PlayStation, please hold off finishing Drive Club Snow's race to complete to compete in every Legend car game. Has him making some killer videos. We should not have them if you ship the game. So shout out to Joey D. I have a series where I'm doing a bunch of car games, and I am struggling and having some fun. They're pretty entertaining. So check that out. It's called,
Rewind, hit the tree. Rewind, hit the tree again.
It's called Give Me Drive Club, and I'm anticipating Drive Club, so I'm playing Forza 4, Forza 5. Grid. I got some Shift 2 coming soon. I don't know why I did it to myself. And I will have some Midnight Club, Most Wanted as well, and a few other games.
Such a solid title, Midnight Club.
Yeah. God damn, I love it, son. So, favorite feature right now from the console, itself, because I'm using the P4, is the Interact.
What's that? Oh,
do that thing for me.
Yeah.
The second feature is the streaming, because you go on the Ustream or Twitch. There's a little thing there, but it's so easy to just jump into, because we do this. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to turn on my computer and this and make sure and check
Which is what I have to do. Are you following us on Twitch, guys?
And it's like, there's so many things I have to do before I hit that button. But when I'm on my PlayStation, I just hit the share button. No, I don't want to upload, I want to broadcast. Right. Broadcast who? Ustream or Twitch? Twitch. Bam. Go. Dope. If I had to say disappointing something, I'd say that the editing of video clips is a little bit too simple, and I don't like that they all have to go to Facebook. Like, I understand why it goes to Facebook, but it's a little annoying. And the fact of suspending stuff.
What do you mean?
So,
like games?
Yeah, and regular apps? And apps.
What's wrong with that?
No, not a bad thing. I mean, sorry, it's a good thing.
I'm like, what?
It's a good thing. No, I love that I can do that. Like,
what do you want, an iPhone?
I was watching Eddie Murphy. I think Delirious it was, and boy came through. He's like, yo, son, let me see Killzone. I was like, all right. I already had Killzone in. It would have been better if I'd have bought it digitally, but popped out, ran to it, loaded it up. Shit loaded fast as hell. I went straight into a multiplayer game from the launch. Before I even hit start, it went straight into a multiplayer game. Let him play with it. He was like, all right, cool, that's cool. Let's finish watching Eddie Murphy. Went right back, right into the joke. No problem. Love that.
That's next gen shit, baby.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm telling you what he likes. I'm gonna tell you right off the back what he likes.
I'm gonna tell
you right now.
There's so much.
He likes Xbox Record That.
Yeah.
And then Upload Studio. I already know. That's his thing. That's where all those small Battlefield videos are coming out so quickly.
Xbox Record That saved my marriage. Yo, it's something like I struggle with. He knows it's like when I'm editing videos, I ain't cutting shit.
I be teaching. I'm the cut Nazi.
I don't cut nothing. I struggle with that.
I don't give a fuck.
So for the fact that it records the last 60 minutes, like. The reason you said record that is exactly what you get. That's it. No more, no less. And then you go into the upload studio, your two analogs, boop, 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 choop, choop, chop up, chop up, chop up. You get your mic, you talk your shit, you upload. Boom. It's on SkyDrive. I can watch it on my phone, my tablet, my PC, my Xbox. and I just copy it off, upload it straight to YouTube, and I'm done. I got like 5 of them queued up right now.
Yeah.
And I haven't played Battlefield like 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, it really changed the way I do content. Now, that's one. I don't know if that's my favorite. I finally set up the Connect to control my entertainment system.
Okay.
That's a bigger deal than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's like trying to explain to somebody how live towels are a huge deal on the Windows Phone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get it until you sign in and it's your stuff on the phone and you're like, damn, this live towel shit is crazy.
Right.
It's sort of like that. Like I walk in the room and say Xbox on. The Xbox turns on, the TV turns on, and the receiver turns on, and I haven't touched the controller yet. Now, the pivotal point for me is I'm not always gaming.
Right.
Which is why I'm an Xbox dude.
Right.
50% I'm gaming, 50% I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. I can control the Xbox. Xbox, go to Hulu Plus. Grey's Anatomy, play. Done. I haven't touched the controller.
Actually, you could probably just get to it straight from the one guy.
Nah, the one guy only does TV.
I thought it pulled from the apps too.
Nah. Oh, that's I wasn't paying attention.
Check it again.
I'll check it. But that's another big one for me. Those two right there, I can't live without. And you're right. The trigger thing is less of a.
The trigger thing and the drivatar thing. I think that's amazing.
Just for
software gaming,
right?
Because everybody's not gonna. The fact that the ability to do it is there, it's amazing.
Yeah, the triggers changed my driving for sure.
I forgot to mention the 15-minute videos on the PlayStation.
Right.
Actually records your voice if you want it to.
Oh, that's dope.
So
I'm surprised you didn't mention the controller, the audio from the controller.
It's not one of my favorite things.
That's so fucking dope to me. Though.
I mean, it is dope. It's dope. I'm covering that in a review, by the way. But it's not the thing that reaches out to me right away. Because,
you don't use it.
Because a lot of us got these expensive ass headsets already.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, I feel you.
But it is a dope thing. And why? It's like they give it, but they take it away. I had to go buy.
Yeah.
I had to go buy the controller. I got it now. The camera.
So you get the audio.
Now I'm catching the audio for Battlefield. So look out for my Battlefield videos coming with the in-game audio, because that was an issue for me.
I can't do that right now, and I'm pissed.
Right. It's a pain in the ass. Although I think I might have it for you. I think we can.
I'm not fucking with shit. Put in the options.
Okay.
If it ain't there, it ain't there.
If he ain't gonna do that, then because it's a loophole for me.
I don't do loopholes. God damn it.
So and Joey D, always as usual, man. Thank you for watching the videos and stuff like that. So let me see. We also had an overtime question from you from another video. Curious to know how you feel about the other console after playing, because both systems have a system of choice. Because both of you have a system of choice. Sorry, it's late. Features you would have liked to see from your systems at launch. Is the advancement of rumble and the triggers a gimmick, or do you feel this could be something that third-party developers take time in putting into their games for only one console? Did Sony misstep with the feature of live streaming Playroom? And did Microsoft Online clips work well enough for showing highlights of one game? So looking forward to episode 6. I'd say.
You ready?
What you talking about?
Slice it all again. He's kind of asking our perspective on
the opposite system. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay, my bad. Carry on. Roll out.
I said, what you would like to see from your systems at launch?
Okay.
The interacting actually came through a little later. That's actually working pretty fine. I'm not sure what's the 1-to-1 on it. But that's pretty cool. I'm not really. I think just the optimized stuff.
No, I want that shit from the PlayStation.
The cloud stuff. Like, I'm ready to see that. I want to see that.
I want the audio shit from the.
Oh, you want that?
Yeah, I want the audio.
The audio into the controller.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah, literally. Like, I think what's one missing from the other needs to be on the other.
Yeah,
literally.
They should be seriously copying what the fuck. Yeah. I think my impressions of the PlayStation aren't I wouldn't justify the purchase now. Because literally, like, you know, Drive Club was hoping it was a big deal. And it's not there. And it's like, there's nothing else I would play.
Joey D, I almost bought Rivals today.
So I, like, my impression of it is it's fine. I have no beef with the PlayStation. It's just, to me, it's not a now purchase. And it by a slim margin because Forza 5 exists. You get what I'm saying? Like, Forza 5 is a big deal to me. So I'm on it.
I don't think that the rumbles and the triggers. I don't think that's a gimmick.
It's not a gimmick, but I don't think it's a big deal yet. Let's be real here. You play Forza 5, you're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, it feels.
But there's 20 other. I'm really exaggerating.
Right. There will be 20 other.
There's other games on the market. So they really have to implement this. Like Battlefield right out the gate should have supported it.
I agree.
Right out the gate.
I agree.
But you know, you approach EA, they're gonna say, no, I'm not doing anything extra for you because I got to do it on 5 other platforms. Go fuck yourself.
That, and they also got to avoid that bomb.
They're not gonna do anything to not make the other one happy. But whatever.
Right.
The rumbles are the real deal though.
Right. And
there will be a DualShock 5 or 4.
4.5.
4.5.
There probably will be a 4.5.
There will be a dual. It's nothing fucking hard to do.
Right. As far as misstepping with the playroom.
What is the playroom?
That's the stuff that comes in out the gate with the PlayStation. That's the thing where people to do is like he had his wife showing a titty on the screen or whatever. Allowing that to stream, you can't account for because someone could do that anytime.
Yeah, it's just
they don't need Playroom to do it. They could just be doing a live stream of Need for Speed Rivals and just put the camera on a titty. Like it doesn't really matter. Assholes are gonna be assholes. Like there's I go through the rooms now and I look. There's like I think Bang Bus had a room. I don't know if it was a real Bang Bus, but like they had a room going on and it was like the most watched channel and it was mad girls. It was like a holiday party, Bang Bros holiday party or something like that. And you know, you give people a platform to show their ass, they're gonna show their ass. Point blank.
Oh,
so you can't account for that. You just gotta have policing like any other community do. Flag this up. Flag this to a moderator. Come check this out.
Mind you, this is a whole community. I'm sorry. I'm now catching wind of this. That's thriving from the community that said, "Oh, I don't want the camera watching me." I'm saying collectively, because if you were paying attention to the Sony, the console wars, people Connect's garbage. It's watching me. It's the NSA machine. So what the fuck are these? What is this doing here? I thought you guys hated this.
And like I said, I didn't want to buy it, but I bought that for content. And if I'm not playing Battlefield, that camera is not in.
You don't play in your drawers, brother?
Nah, boss. I get fully clothed.
My balls be out. Oh, fuck! Tune in.
Cool note. I did the review, and I gotta go slide this in the review. You don't need the camera to do the voice controls.
Good. Where's it pulling it from? On the mic?
The mic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wasn't I bitching about that?
Wasn't I telling you that's what Microsoft should have done?
Yeah. Maybe they do. You probably check that shit out.
They don't fucking do that.
We're gonna go unplug your Connect.
I ain't unplugged.
HAL 9000 will get mad.
You ain't touching my.
My shit like Johnny 5. So
my shit blue screen. Pull my Connect out. You crazy?
The PS4 is Johnny 5 for the camera, and the Connect is HAL 9000.
Sorry, Hal.
Like the PS3 launch versus the 360 launch, Sony software on day one plus download is only half-baked when compared to Microsoft offers. Do you think Microsoft will have navigated multiple menus, multiple apps, voice commands, Connect, upgrade, and TV integration, if they run as well as the videos we have seen online, will change gamers' mind over Sony's offering a better resolution of some games?
Change your minds? No.
Nah, I think first off, both of them have delivered on the experience that they said.
Yeah.
So that's an awesome thing.
Let me tell you, Sony said the shit's it's simpler and it's faster. That's the fuck it is.
I got a video of me just running through the menus, and literally it is just simpler and faster.
And it's crazy because like the trolls will hear him say that and be like, "Oh, that's your innovation." Like, you guys don't understand. You didn't have a PlayStation 3. you don't know what it's like to have complaints fucking addressed. You get what I'm saying? Like, that validates the purchase of a new console. Oh, they fixed all the shit I've been complaining about for 2 years. I'm on it, and we got our fair share of that in the Xbox. Our hero champ that any day, fixing shit.
Yeah, and y'all gonna get one soon, because the one thing that I'm a little upset about with the Xbox One, because you guys started it, is the voice notes. I think that you guys created it, so it should have just rolled over. Period. Like, that should just be a thing. And like you said to me, it wasn't a launch for the 360 when it first started, but my thing is, once it did, and it caught on like wildfire to the point where Sony had to put it in for launch.
Right.
Should have been.
I'm telling you what, the real power here of the voice note is you have to zoom out, you have to leave the Xbox and start looking at Windows Phone, start looking at Windows 8, where there's no reason you can't voice control your Xbox from your Windows Phone when you're not home. And I mean shit like Xbox turn on, update. Xbox turn on, download this video. Like, this is the real power of the experience and the ecosystem that Microsoft is putting together. So I don't really like to look at these one-off features and be like, oh, it's a miracle. You gotta have
this. I don't want to get into that, right?
There's so much more going on around it that's so much more exciting that you would never know as a gamer. But trust me, this shit is gonna get wild. So,
I'm just one of those things. That's like saying if the PlayStation
worked with the fucking Blu-ray players, why not? What are the odds of that happening?
Day one update. So, yeah, this is a long ass episode that we're gonna put out. If you got any questions, holler at us. There's an Xbox One review. There's 2 Xbox One reviews. There's a long one and there's a short one. Have your pick. Realize, key thing. The Xbox One, the long one, if you really want to know, he did it. If you want to get in depth, you're going to want to watch that long one. And same thing with mine when it's coming out soon. So, check that out.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, tell your boss, tell somebody. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything.
If you're a girl, send this video to your boyfriend.
Tell him he's a dick too. Because then
he
he'll
plays
watch
Call
it.
of Duty. I think he plays Call of Duty.
He plays Call of Duty. You feeling underused?
Yeah.
And we out.
Peace.